Welcome in, quick hitters. Hall of Fame game. Can you believe it? We finally gonna get some football. Long waited offseason. So we finally gonna get the Jets and the Cleveland Browns on Thursday night. But I tell you, man, this has been a long wait. We got two teams coming in. Hopefully get some good football. We're not expecting no starters for a long period of time, if we're gonna be expecting starters at all. We'll be lucky to get Aaron Rodgers just to run a series in this game. We got Deshaun Watson coming in a full season after missing some games, being in suspension from the Houston Texans. He finally going to get a full season with his new team, which is the Cleveland Browns. So this guy has a lot to prove. If anything, he's got to prove that he was a quarterback from past when he was with the Houston Texans. That he can come in and command an offense and get this team into the playoffs. It's just amazing to me how things can change so quickly. This guy was a franchise quarterback for the Houston Texans. And who would think in a little time past that he'll be quarterback for the Cleveland Browns? We drafted another franchise quarterback and C.J. Stroud looking to replace Deshaun Watson and hopefully have a prolific career. Now, who would have thought it would have been that kind of turnaround? Because after Deshaun Watson left, everybody was like, oh my goodness, we just lost a hell of a quarterback. But on a midst of him requesting to get out of Houston, he had this big case over his head, trying to figure that out. So on one hand, you was losing your quarterback, he wanted out of Houston. And then he had these charges coming up on him. So it was like, the best thing was to move on. Request his wishes, try to get something back in return, let him go. Trade him on off. I expect Cleveland to be a hell of a lot better than they was last year. Cooper, wide receiver, he should be a little more acclimated into this offense. You still got Nick Chubb over there. And like I said before, you got Deshaun Watson going to be playing a full season. So if they can get these guys in the playoffs, could be good for him. So I'm looking for a big bounce back season for Deshaun Watson. You want him to pave his career out, get back on track to where he left when he was with the Houston Texans. And as far as the Jets, man, they've been in the news all week for the wrong reason. As you know, Sean Payton called out the former Denver Broncos coaches out, talking about this is the worst coaching job he's seen in the NFL. So they had their little backlash back and forth with the coaches. Aaron Rodgers said his piece protecting his old coach. So now it lands us here on Hall of Fame game. I'm pretty sure they're going to reference that maybe 100 times in this game, what's been going on in the news with them going back and forth with Sean Payton. When they meet in week 5, that should just clear the air on all of this mess. So that we'll be tuning in and can't wait to week 5 where these two teams, the Broncos and the Jets, will meet up. It'll be a great thing for football. Everybody's going to be talking about it. We're going to see what Aaron Rodgers is going to do. I'm pretty sure he'd like to go out there and try to blow this team out of the box quick as possible. I know Sean Payton want to come in and prove that he's the new chief in town, and now we're doing business a whole different way, and I'm going to try to implement that in this game and show you how we changed, and we're going to be trying to blow you out. Show you what you should have done when you was there. So all in all, glad football's back. It's Weary Wednesday. Hope everybody enjoying it. We're in the middle of the week. Can't wait to the weekend. But to make that a little bit better, we got football tomorrow. Hall of Fame game. We're going to be tuning in. We don't care. We just want some kind of football. We don't really care who's out there. We just want to see some people out there hitting, making plays, catching the ball, running the ball, making some hits, putting some points on the scoreboard, knowing that football's back again. And then we're just going to fall into the end of the week with more preseason games on the rise. Because a big season for a lot of teams coming out. There's a lot of headlines coming into this year, especially with these quarterbacks. Unfortunately, we got a lot of people hurt already in training camp. That comes with part of the business. You don't get people pulled up hamstrings, non-contact injuries, all this stuff that's going on, but hopefully they can get back before the regular season starts. As far as these preseason games coming up, you just don't want no more injuries. I mean, we got to say it every year, and I know it's almost impossible. Things happen. You especially want to go in this Hall of Fame game, go in and have a clean game, and hope you don't come out of there with no major injuries. We don't want nobody missing the whole season. We don't want nobody missing the first part of the season. They just want to get in there and be clean, play some good football for us, give us a good show, and hopefully everybody can come out of there healthy. Now, a couple of dings here and there, you kind of expect that, but hopefully they can just shake that off, get back in the game, finish the playoff, or if he's a superstar type of player, they're going to sit him out probably for the rest of the preseason. Man, it's easy to scare these coaches and general managers when a player go out there and he just have a thumb injury or he just twists an ankle or something like that. They're going to get him out of there. Probably shut him down for the rest of the preseason, and you can't really blame them. You want to have your team ready in regular season at full force. So that's why I say I just hope everything goes clean, no scares, or they have to put people on the shelf earlier than they expected to, because we want to see these guys out there playing. We want to see what they got, especially these rookies, people who got drafted. Want to see their talent out there and see what we got for this season. That's all we can hope for. But football is back, and I am enjoying every bit of it. So we're going to check out the last time these two teams played, the Jets and Cleveland Browns. I think it was September 18th. These two teams played. Actually, the game went down 31-30. The Jets have pulled that game off. So we're going to look at some league rankings from 2022. As far as offense for the Jets, they were 25th in offense last year, while the Cleveland Browns were 13th. The defense was 5th for the Jets last year. Not bad. They went out there cracking some helmets. They're expecting to be 5th again or even move up on the rankings on that, I'm pretty sure. The Cleveland Browns were 15th on defense last year. So if they could stay around that range or move up, I'm pretty sure they'll be happy with that. As far as passing, the Jets were 15th in passing last year, while the Cleveland Browns were 22nd. That should move up. I'm expecting the passing game for the Cleveland Browns to go up very high, higher than 22nd for sure. I mean, you got Deshaun Watson. He's in there for a full season. Hopefully nothing happens with him for his injuries or any more of hot oil and wax, I should say. But yeah, we're going to be looking for that passing to go up. They got some good receivers over there, full season. That should go up. I'm expecting it to go up. Rushing. The Jets were 26th in rushing last year. Now that should move up as well too, especially if they get Dalvin Cook. Looks like Dalvin Cook's going to be joining this team anytime soon. We're looking to hear that kind of news. But they won't be 26 if Dalvin Cook joins those Jets. I pretty much can bet anything on that. While the rushing for the Cleveland Browns were 6th. If anything they could do, they could run the football. So they're looking to stay around that same range, even move up a little more. Because that Nick Chubb, and then you got Deshaun Watson as well too, can take off and run at any given time. So yeah, man, that's what they were looking at last year. So looking to improve that and hopefully give us a good preseason game. Like I said, these preseason games are going to be a little vanilla. We already know that. It's going to be like window shopping. They're not going to show you too much. Just put some guys out there to make a few plays. Have that playbook real small. Just make sure guys know what formations they in, getting in and out of plays. Keep it all basic, especially that first preseason game. That's all you can expect. But we just want to see some guys out there playing. That's all we want to see. So we're going to pull this up. Yep, 31-30. The Jets beat the Cleveland Browns September 18th last year. Last time these two teams matched up. And like I say, it's amazing what 1 year can bring, because got two different quarterbacks just from a year ago. You got Joe Flacco was in there last year, and Brissett. 26 for 44 for 307 yards and 4 TDs. Joe Flacco last year in this matchup. It's not a bad game for Joe Flacco. It's pretty damn over 300 yards and 4 touchdown passes. Brissett, he wasn't that bad either. He was 22 for 27 for 229 yards, 1 TD and 1 interception. So they both played pretty good. This was a high-scoring game, 31-30. So I don't even recall me really watching this game that I could even remember, but it looked like this is a one that went down the stretch. Then you had B. Hall. He had 7 carries for 50 yards. Nick Chubb, 12 carries for 87 and 3 touchdowns. Receiving yards went to Wilson. He had 8 receptions for 102 yards and 2 TDs. Amari Cooper, 9 receptions, 101 yards and a touchdown. Then you go into team stats. Total yards for the Jets were 417. Cleveland had 413. Looked like they had a turnover apiece in that game. Time of possession, 27-46 for the Jets. And Cleveland had the ball for 32 minutes and 14 seconds. So not a big difference there. First downs were 20 to the Jets, 29 for the Browns. So yeah, passing first downs. We're going to break it all the way down on this stat sheet. First downs, like I mentioned at the top, you had 20 by the Jets and 29 by the Browns. Rushing first downs, you have was 3 from the Jets, 12 from the Browns. Did we skip the passing first downs? No, I don't think we did. Passing first downs, 16-15 belongs to the Jets. Let's go down here to first downs from penalties. And 1 versus 2. Not a lot of penalties on first downs. Third down efficiency, 8 for 15 from the Jets, 8 for 12 from Cleveland Browns. So they both were pretty good and efficient on third downs. Fourth down efficiency, you really don't want to have a lot of those attempts if you can help yourself. Because if you're not going for it on fourth down, that means you're moving that ball and you ain't really seen a lot of fourth downs that you like to try to attempt to go for. So, hey, it can mean a lot of different things. Maybe it means you wasn't in distance to actually go for a fourth down because you kept getting 4th and 10s, 4th and 8s, 4th and 9s, and you're like, we punting the ball. So that can mean kind of both ways if you want to look at that stat. Total plays from both of these teams was 67 plays by the Jets and 65 from the Cleveland Browns. Total yards, like we mentioned before, 417 to 413. That belongs to the Jets. Total drives, 11 drives and 10 drives by the Cleveland Browns. Yards per play, 6.2 for the Jets, 6.4 for the Browns. Like I said, these stats are pretty close. And with the score. So it was a good game for both of these teams. I mean, the stats are not like thrown off. They're pretty balanced in a lot of these categories. Passing yards, 309 for the Jets and 221 for the Browns. So the Jets won that in the passing game. Completions versus attempts, 27 for 45 like we mentioned before for Flacco and 22 for 27 for Brissett. Both of them had good, decent games. Like I say, these quarterbacks are different. It's about what they're asking from their team. Might run it a little more than the other team, might pass a little more from the other team. As you know, with Flacco at the helm, you want to have this guy throwing the ball around because he can actually win games with his arm. Brissett is a little different. You want to be a little more structured, a little more balance on offense, mixed with a good running game. That's when he's at his best. So we're going to go down here, yards per pass, 6.6 for the Jets and 7.9 for the Browns. Interceptions thrown, Brissett like he's the only one on the list for this. And Flacco, he came out clean throughout the ball game. 4 touchdowns, no picks. Good veteran right there. Sacks, yards lost. 2 minus 15, 1 minus 8. Rushing, 93 to 184. Kind of expected that. Like I say, just get Dalvin Cook. They might could turn that tide a little bit. We not to see how Nick Chubb and Dalvin Cook on opposite teams, how the rushing game going to turn out this year when they meet up. So that'll be exciting to watch. Rushing attempts, 20 to 37, which that's no shocker. Like I say, the Browns, man, they want to ground and pound. They're going to have a lot more opportunities. Yards per rush, 4.7 for the Jets, 5.0 for the Cleveland Browns. Red zone, made an attempt. They 3 for 4 in the red zone. Cleveland was 4 for 5 out of the red zone. Penalties in this game, 8 penalties, 57 yards. 5 for 38 yards for the Browns. Turnovers, like I say, 1 apiece. Fumbles lost. Jets lost a fumble to Cleveland Browns 0. Interceptions thrown. Cleveland, they threw their little pick. Flacco, he stayed clean. Defensive and special teams TDs. Zeros on both ends. Possession, like I said, 27 minutes and 46 seconds for the Jets and 32 minutes and 14 seconds for the Browns. So pretty much there you have it. These are the stats when these teams last matched up, September 18th, 2022. This won't have no bearings on this game. These stats won't mean anything going into this preseason game. Now, if you're going into a regular season game, yeah, it has some bearings on it. But in preseason, man, like I said, everything's going to be vanilla. Not going to show everything. You're not going to have the starters out there that much, if at all, in this first preseason game. But we're just glad to see some football. That's all we're glad to see. So, yeah. Back at it. First preseason game, Hall of Fame game. We'll see a whole lot of stars out in this ball game. Be a lot of chitter chatter about this upcoming season. Everybody's going to be excited about it. I'm going to be excited about it. Just kicking it off, man. Getting ready to go into this weekend for some football. So I hope everybody's ready for it. Like I said, Weary Wednesday. Football is back. And we just can't wait. So that's what's on the queue. Jets and the Browns. Thursday night on NBC, 7 p.m. Hall of Fame game. Can't beat it. This is the G.S.Q.H. Goodymo Sports Quick Hits. Don't forget to check us out on Twitter at Goodymo17. So as you know, we're doing sports news, sports clips over there. Talking NBA, talking NFL. We're also doing Madden and NBA 2K gameplay, the best gameplay in the business. So go over there and follow so you don't miss any of that. And wherever you podcast, check us out over there. iHeartRadio. We're on Amazon Music. We're on Spotify, etc. So don't forget to go over there and subscribe. Don't forget GoodymoGoods.com. Go over there and get your merch. We got coffee mugs. We got t-shirts. We got polos. We got coolers. We got keychains. We got a whole lot of things that we sell. They're all not on the website, but man, we do yard signs. We do business cards. We do bath towels. I mean, it's just a wide range of different things that you can get on that website. Like I said, all you got to do is message me, send me an image, photo, whatever you want out of that store, even if it's not posted on there that you can see. Whatever you got in your mind, send me a message and we can definitely do it for you. We can customize anything. Don't forget to check out at Goodymo Gaming. If you want your gameplay over there on YouTube, just go in the search bar and put at Goodymo Gaming. And you will get all the gameplay at its finest over there. So thanks for your time, and for all the subscribers, I appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in, and we out of here. Peace.